Well, welcome, Majid Jordan, to iHeartRadio Canada.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a really exciting time. Congrats on the new single, Life 2. There is an interesting placement because when you listen to the song, it sounds very happy, kind of chill vibes to it. And then you listen to the lyrics, not quite in kind of line with that sound. Talk me through that. It kind of reminds me of the saying, two things can be true.
I think that's life, though. It's a paradox in some way, and even if you have beautiful, perfect days, you're going to have to deal with the reality of existing anyway. Things that you can't predict. Something happening in your relationship, something happening within yourself, within your job, within whatever it is you're doing. And I think this song is just bringing attention to that. It may be that you'll never be the same again. Just know that that's not only true for you, it's true for everyone who's existing. All of us as human beings. We're never going to be the same as we are from moment to moment.
And it feels like it's kind of reflective of a transitional period that you may be in. Is that reflective of what's going on in your lives, maybe professionally and personally?
Maj and I have been making a lot of music, over the years. And I think recently we're making it completely for ourselves. And I think we got back to the basics with our last album, Good People. And Life 2 was made during that time, and I think it was kind of just like an acceptance of being okay with where you're at in life. It's not necessarily a sad thing. It might feel sad at first, but it's actually just kind of what it is.
Growing pains, maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
You said there that you are making music for yourselves now. What does that look and sound and feel like to make music for yourselves?
Sounds like Life 2.
Okay.
We like a lot of different music. I think for this one, we love like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and all the stuff from the 80s and 90s. And a lot of that R&B music was really juxtaposed with something that sounded really happy and polished with something that was real. So I would say like we try to pull our references from people who have done it in the past that have really made music that has shaped us as human beings. So I think they're pretty relatable terms, and people hear that music and they first think that everything's really happy about it. But there's a type of struggle and pain that is kind of juxtaposed with that. And I think with anything, when you do that juxtaposition, it kind of comes off as punk music. That's what punk is against the grain. So I think a lot of people can embed what they're really going through in something that is palatable. And so I think that's kind of what we're trying to do with our music recently.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have described you as an R&B duo, but it feels like even there, when you were answering that question, it's a lot more layered than that. In your own words, how would you describe yourselves? Like a genre can be very restrictive in some ways.
Yeah, it's like you can look like a boy band very quickly. So I think if you love what you do, you can break out of that mold and do other things. And the classification of us as an R&B duo, like I think that is the music that we do make. But there's so many types of R&B. R&B has such a long lineage in North America, and it's touched the world. So, huge part of Toronto sound too.
You guys are on tour as well. Good People Live Part 2. When you are performing, what is the most rewarding part of being on tour? Is it seeing people sing the lyrics back to you? What's that like?
No, it's amazing. It's a blessing to be able to go on stage. I think the most rewarding thing is seeing the crowd come together and hearing their stories of where they came from and putting faces to, the numbers, the followers, the listeners, whatever it is, all these statistics and metrics that are a little vague. And so you meet these people and you're like, yeah, we drove all the way, or we had a show in Vancouver, someone flew from Tokyo because we've never been to Japan. I think the most rewarding thing is being able to give them something, take them out of whatever they're in, make them happy, make them all go into this mode where they're together in a room. It's sort of like a group therapy thing.
And it must be such a cool experience because when you're in the recording studio, you don't have a sense of how it's going to land for the people on the receiving end. So I would imagine being in these live environments, that bridges the gap there.
Yeah, and it definitely, and you get to feel the same emotion for different reasons. And so you're feeling this sort of fulfillment, they're feeling this fulfillment, they're fulfilled because they get to see their song performed live when they've only had it in their headphones maybe, and you're fulfilled because you get to give people this sense of just togetherness and love, and you're seeing it being reciprocated. So that's the beauty of when a crowd is really alive and vibrant, their eyes and their ears and their movement, it makes the show just electric for us, you know, and we feed off of one another on stage, and so it just becomes this thing, and you get this extended period of a really good thing, which is not so common in life. You know, you have like, oh, that tasted delicious, but the meal's over. You have an hour and a half of that delicious feeling, that music, that sound, that's what's really special.
I would imagine you'd probably want to bottle that feeling sometimes.
Yeah, that's what, you know, we go on these tours, and that is those encapsulated moments, you know.
There seems to be a theme here, the part 2, Good People Live part 2, Life 2. What is the part 2 in reference to? Or maybe I'm reading too far into it.
Yeah, part 2 is just, we did the first half of this tour earlier last year, and now we're just visiting all of the cities that people thought we forgot about, and hopefully there'll be a part 3 and a part 4 so that we can go visit as many cities and fans that have been missing out on our music live, because we haven't been on many tours in the last 5 years. This has been the most extended run we've done in the last 5 years, for sure.
Well, yeah, because I looked at the tour dates, and there's stops in the U.S., there's stops in the Middle East, and unless I'm missing something, no Canadian stops at the moment. Like, who do we need to talk to? Drake? Like, who do we need to talk to?
We need to talk to you.
We need to talk to you.
We need to galvanize the people to
why
get
we're
them
here.
with the Canadian dates, right?
We're very upset about it.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah.
We're very upset. Okay, we'll work on something then. Speaking of Drake, though, you co-produced, this is a throwback now, you co-produced Drake's massive hit, Hold On, We're Going Home. Such a distinct sound of that time, and, you know, working with Drake, working with OVOSound. Where do you see Drake's sound evolving? Everyone's always kind of curious to see where Drake's at. Where do you see, because he experiments, like a couple years ago, he was dabbling in the kind of dance house genre, but from your point of view, what do you think?
Yeah, I think like any legend, which I would say that he definitely is, you can change the clothes out, you can change the music out, you can change the image, and you still integrally know how to do it. And I think he's an incredible producer and songwriter. So I think it's more about him exploring what the world has to offer and making it his own. I think he does a great job at that.
You also dabbled into some acting. You played the Halal Brothers, right? Some fictional pop stars, which isn't too far off from what you actually are right now. But what was it like dipping your toes into the acting world? Like, is that something that you want to keep pursuing, or is that kind of a one-off? How do you see that?
I think, yeah, we'll see what life brings.
Okay.
We'll see what life brings. We have no idea. At this point, I'm accepting that this is something that's probably going to come towards us in some sense in the future. I don't know, maybe a recurrence of the Halal Brothers character, maybe. But I think, you know, just creativity. If it's a collaborative thing and someone has something in mind, we're always happy to be a part of stuff. You know, it's more so about just making stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
this wasn't too far off from a similar-ish lifestyle that you're living now. But if there was, you know, an opportunity to be something way out of your kind of maybe comfort zone or what you've experienced so far, is that something you'd want to do? Like, someone pitched you a role that was totally off what you'd expect.
I might do it because public speaking is my biggest fear.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Whew.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
Halloween is coming up. Do you have Halloween plans? Has there been an epic Halloween costume that you look back on and you're like, that's the one. That's the one I'm the most proud of.
Who's the dad from the Addams Family?
Gomez.
I was Gomez
Ooh.
last year. I had the
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I
It's
love
pretty
that.
good.
That's good. That's classic. Everyone knows it. Crowd favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the Halloween king between the two of us.
Okay.
Yeah, he's very good.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Everyone knows I'm the Halloween kid.
He's me. I didn't dress up last year, and I'm not. I probably won't this year.
Okay,
I'm
that's
sorry.
fine.
I'm just. Yeah.
You're handing out candy.
Well, what
Yeah.
are you dressing up as?
I dressed up as Veronica from Archie Comics.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was all right. Nobody
Yeah.
really knew what I was, but it's okay. We went along with it anyway. Like, 'cause she doesn't have any distinguishable kind of features. I have dark hair, so I'm like, I'll be Veronica.
That's
Got
pretty
some
good, though.
Clip-in bangs
That's
and
pretty good.
dressed like her. So
Like 50s style.
yeah, 50s style.
What-
Exactly.
What were you
exactly.
last year?
My mom is a seamstress, and she turned an IKEA bag into a dress.
Oh,
I
you
dressed
were
up
like-
as consumerist scum. Because it's what I honestly, I didn't want to waste and buy things that I didn't need. So I'm like, I have this IKEA
Yeah.
bag. My mom is a seamstress. Let's make the most of this and have a kind of commentary on society.
Balenciaga.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
do
out Alex
that.
Lustig.
Thanks for turning this back on me, okay, Mr. Public Speaker.
And how about the one before it?
Oh my God. I was Joanne from Body Break. Do you remember that?
No.
Body. It's like a Canadian. You guys are Canadian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
body break.
I'm from Markham,
okay. Nice.
and he's from Bahrain.
I
Yes.
moved here in
So-
2008, so I think I
Yeah.
missed Body Break.
Oh man, we gotta pull up the YouTube clips.
oh.
Body break.
Yeah.
Hal and Joanne, and they always had tips.
Well, I
And
don't
they-
remember. I
What
don't
did
remember
Joanne
them.
do?
Joanne was like, "This is how you eat healthy. You know, have an apple a
Body
day, do
break.
some sit-ups, do
Yeah.
some jumping jacks." It was, you know,
Oh, get out.
really, really high level stuff. Yeah, yeah, pretty iconic at the time.
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
amazing.
Yeah, I love
it.
how we've turned it. No, this
Body
is about
break.
you guys.
I haven't
you
heard
so
that
much.
song for a minute.
I know.
Yeah, thank you. for
Maybe
that.
you can work
Yeah.
it into a song or a set or something.
You know, it's not.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not out of the
Put
realm
that
of
in
possibility.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not.
Look
Yeah.
at that. We're starting something special here. Majid Jordan, thank you so much for
Thank
dropping
you.
by. Congrats on the tour, on the new
Thank you.
single. Can't wait to see you guys soar.
Thank you so much.